So friends, if you're thinking about buying a home and you're listening to the hype that the market is crashing, the interest rates are ridiculous, and there's no way that you can buy a home with, I don't know, maybe selling a kidney. That's not true. Stick with me. I'm going to show you an actual closing disclosure. I'm going to show you the proof that this is obtainable. The transaction that I'm going to show you actually closed at the end of October, and so we're going to look at some real numbers. But first, I need to break down define what is cash to close. And it's pretty simple. Cash to close is you need this much cash to close on this property. But cash to close is also two parts. It is closing cost and it is your down payment. So the definition of closing cost is the cost, all the other costs besides the property's sales price that incur while trying to purchase a property. So what are filtered into closing costs? Well, that's loan origination fees, discount fees, insurance fees, survey fees, attorney fees, and closing costs vary from location to location, but regardless where you are, you must have a detailed list of your closing costs before your mortgage loan application. The average closing costs for buyers usually range between 3 to 5% of the purchase price of the home. And remember, closing costs are different than your down payment. All right, so here is a real closing disclosure, or a CD. So this particular home buyer was buying a townhome using a conventional mortgage, and the purchase price of this home was $245,000. Her interest rate was locked in at 7.309, and her estimated monthly payment was $1,631. So usually the first thing you see on this closing disclosure is the loan cost. Then we have the percentage points. If you agreed to purchase buy down points, that's here. You have a loan origination fee, which is the fee the lender is charging you to loan the money. In this case, the buyer had a credit from the lender for $6,500, so she didn't actually have to pay the lender. But had she, that number would have been added down here to this number, the $2,800. So she got a big break. Further down, we see the appraisal fee, the credit report, electronic registration, flood certificate information. This buyer did use a down payment assistance program, so there's a little credit here. Tax service, third-party processing fee. In addition to the loan cost, moving on down, we have attorney cost. So the attorney must do a title search, the document prep, the premium for lender coverage, recording, and the settlement or the closing fee. All of these numbers total up down here on this line, and then the buyer is responsible for this total. So moving on down, there are other items that filter into closing costs. Here they are. We have taxes, we have government fees, we have recording the deed and the mortgage. You have to have homeowner's insurance in an escrow account. You also have to have taxes in an escrow account. So a few other costs down here are the real estate commissions, the home inspection fee, the homeowners association fee, if that's applicable. And if you choose to do a rate buy down, that would also be filtered in here. And we can't forget the title policy. Once you total all of these numbers together, this is where you get that number. In this particular case, the buyer had an estimated closing cash to close equaling $18,412. This buyer paid $3,000 in due diligence and earnest money and negotiated a $5,500 seller paid credit to help with closing cost. So after you subtract all of this buyer had to bring $7,829 to the closing table. Her closing costs totaled $5,062, and after all of her credit, her down payment was $2,763. Her monthly payment escrowed is going to be $1,863, and that includes her homeowner's insurance, taxes, everything except her homeowner's association dues. And now she's the proud owner of a townhome. building her own equity and paying less than she would if she were renting a home in the area. If you're thinking about buying a home, please do not listen to the hype that the market is crashing. It's true, inflation is running rampant. But again, you can buy a home for less than rent. And even though these rates are higher than what we're used to, you can make these payments for a couple months and then refinance, I don't know, 6 to 12 months later, all while owning the equity. You're building yourself up. You're paying your own mortgage. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to leave those below, or you can call, text, or email me. My information is on the screen and in the descriptions below. Watch that next video that just popped up on your screen. Thank you for watching. My name is Mary Howard, and this is There Is No Place Like Home NC. Take care.